I've been using the S25 Ultra for the last couple of days, and today I want to talk about, is it better than the S24 Ultra? Big question, especially if you're looking to pre-order it, because they've got good deals right now, $900 of trade-in credit maximum, and you get like 300 bucks towards freebies like storage upgrade add-ons and Samsung Care, all that stuff. Affiliate link in the description if you want to go that route. But is it better? I've been using it for about 2 days. And there are some changes, right? We know we've got the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. It's super clocked. It's better than any other Snapdragon 8 Elite processor out there. Max clock speed is like 4.47 gigahertz, where most of the other phones are 4.32. So that's something that's pretty cool. 12 gigs of RAM across the board, even for the S25 and Plus models. 256 baseline storage, 5,000 milliamp battery, which is basically the same as the last couple of years. But like I tell people, the new chip, the new Snapdragon 8 Elite processor is basically like 40% improved across the board in so many metrics, in power efficiency, in battery life, in heat management, bigger vapor chamber on here, I think like 30%. It's got special heat management stuff on the chip itself. Like it's called TIMS. I don't really remember what it stands for, but it's really cool. They were talking about it in the presentation. And then you've also got 40% better hardware-based ray tracing, 40% better AI performance. So all that stuff makes the phone more powerful, but it also makes it more battery efficient. So Samsung is claiming it has the best battery life ever in any of their phones. I've not been able to test that yet because here's the thing. Whenever you get a new phone, the first 2 days, the battery life is a wash, right? You're doing the first 2 days of a phone's life are the hardest it will ever experience because you take it out of the box and you're running at 100%. You're downloading, you're updating, you're transferring, you're using it more because you're excited about the new phone. And of course, you got the big, beautiful screen. It makes you really want to use the phone. It's got the new operating system version. So, all these things you're doing, you don't normally do that yeah, later on in life, right? It's not something straight out of the gate. It's a lot. So, I don't evaluate battery life in the first couple of days. Also, it takes about 4 to 7 days for the adaptive battery life to kick in, which is Google's way of optimizing your battery life based off of your usage. So it's really not fair to assess the battery life of the first week, but just off the first 2 days I've been using it, it's been pretty good, hasn't died. So, I mean, that's important. And it should be pretty good. The S24 Ultra battery, when it was running right before they messed it up a few times with the patches, I was getting ridiculously good battery life with it. So I expect good battery life out of it. It does have a new camera on the back. It has a new 50 megapixel ultra wide. The ultra wide is also used for the macro, which gives you, now it's supposed to be 4 times better macro. I've taken a few macro shots. Here's the thing with macro. Even if it is better quality, you still have to have good lighting. If you have poor lighting, macro shots will suck. Um, I did take a few, and they're pretty good. I mean, higher resolution for sure, and also the ultra wide photos. Those are higher resolution, more detail because of course you got more megapixels, which the last one I think was what 12. So 50 megapixels, more data, which is good. Of course, I believe it bends down anyway. But anyway, yeah, the new ultra wide does look sharper. I will say that. The camera itself, it of course takes good pictures, and the shutter speed may be incrementally faster. It doesn't feel to me like it's super faster, but maybe just a hair, and that might have something to do with the optimization. Samsung did extra legwork with Snapdragon this go around on the chip for optimization and also for the image signal processor. Now, if you don't know what the image signal processor is, it's the part of the phone that transfers the picture to a digital image and it does all the stuff that makes it look nice, right? So that's improved, it's new, and it's more optimized than ever. So I'm expecting better photos overall. And so far, one of the biggest things I do like about the phone, though, is the body style. So you can see it's got the flat edges now, rounded corners, as opposed to the previous version, which had more boxy corners and more rounded edges. I got to tell you, the stance on this one, especially with these wide, rounded edges, made it really hard for me to hold the phone because it's already very big. So the flat sides, the flat edges, rounded edges make it really. It feels much more sleek. It feels like it went to the gym after the new year and shed some weight and came out thinner. And I do like it. I much prefer this. It's easier for me to hold, and it feels a little bit more lightweight. Feels pretty darn balanced, and I think it looks sharp. The colors I'm not so impressed with, and some of them look kind of the same, and they do pick up fingerprints pretty well. So, uh, if you're not going to put a case on it, definitely might have to wipe it off on the sleeve to get some of the fingerprints off. Sometime they do show. It has the Gorilla Glass Victus Armor 2, which is supposed to be really good. I haven't thrown mine on the ground yet, so I can't say how much better it is. But it's got Gorilla Glass armor on the front and the back. Gorilla Glass Armor 2. That's supposed to be better. Things that are not improved. It doesn't have the Bluetooth functionality with the S Pen anymore. So you can't do the air commands. You can't use it as a remote shutter. I know that it makes some people unhappy. I don't particularly care because I'm used to using a dumb S Pen because I use the Fold more than I use the Ultra. My Fold, that's what I switched my SIM from into this one. And I've been living without those for a while. So it is nice having that shutter functionality, but like I said in my other video, you can hold your palm up while the camera's on to activate the shutter. You can do the cheese feature where you can voice activate it and start the shutter. You can use the ring, you can set a timer, and you can use your watch. So there's like 5 different ways you can still remotely use the shutter without having to have that function. And I don't want to quote anyone because I don't know where this quote came from. I don't know what survey or study Samsung did, but reportedly, and I saw this on a Mr. Mobile Michael Fisher tweet saying that Samsung estimated less than 1% of people use the Bluetooth functions on the S Pen, which led them to take it out. I guess they figured if nobody's using it, we're going to take it out and save money for our customers. Yeah, it's an expensive phone, and the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor is a very expensive chip. It's much more expensive than years past. So I guess they wanted to try and save cost everywhere that they could. And then there's the 12 gigabytes of RAM. So it has 12 gigs of RAM, no 16 gig of RAM model anymore. It's fine for now. You're not going to notice any difference. Most people won't even really hit 12 gigs of RAM. So I think that's fine, but the phone is good for 7 years. So from a future proofing aspect, I would have preferred they kept a 16 gig model. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Most people are not going to keep their phone 7 years. Even if you have a carrier model, you're likely going to upgrade every 3 years effectively for mostly free with your carrier. So I think that it's probably fine, but it is definitely a cost cutting measure, just like the S Pen decision. And with them taking that extra RAM model out of there, I guess it just means maybe they make less models as well. So I don't know. And I haven't even looked into it. Some people were still saying in some international markets you might can get 16 gigs. I don't know. I haven't Googled that. I've been here in San Jose for the last couple of days, and it's been super busy. And I've been testing out this phone. I've not been looking at a lot of stuff on the internet. One, I don't like to influence my own stuff, right? I like to be in my own little world so I can test the phone out. But yeah, I mean, the cameras are good. They're just as good as last year, if not, I think a little bit better. The form factor, I think, is better. Battery life should be better. And if you've got an S24 Ultra, you're probably not going to want to upgrade. Just fact of the matter, because you might have a 16 gig model. You might have a model that has the S Pen. If you care about those features, you might not want to move over. You can get the S Pen Pro, but that doesn't go inside of your phone. So you could still keep that functionality, but you'd be carrying around an extra stylus with you that doesn't go in your phone. And I wonder if this is setting up things for the Fold 7. We know that things are going to change, and what we saw with the special edition, that's probably going to be the Fold 7. And if they find some way, because that one doesn't have S Pen support, maybe they find a way to put S Pen in it, or maybe they come up with a new S Pen Pro that goes on the back of the case. I don't know. But I really feel like this move, maybe it does signal a little bit that they're trying to reclaim some of the ground with the regular Ultra, and maybe when they want to shift the more note style stuff to the Fold, which I always said made more sense. With the Fold, it was always more cutting edge. It always had the newer, cooler stuff. It was better at multitasking. You had the S Pen. It used to have an SD card. Like there was a lot of stuff that was in there that was really geared towards a different experience. Now they kind of narrowed that down as time went on, and the phones really kind of effectively found this felt the same. And more people bought the Ultra than the Note. So I guess they figured, okay, we'll bring some of those Note qualities over. We'll make the Note people happy with the Ultra. The Ultra people are going to buy it anyway. But here's the truth of it. I mean, probably 65% of people that own the Ultra don't care about the S Pen. There were more Ultra buyers than there were Note buyers. So if you look at it from the people that came over from the Note, some of those care, and the larger majority that use the Ultra don't care. So I wonder if they're trying to thin this back out and maybe make two more distinct phones, right? Because they had a lot of problems selling the Fold. So I wonder if they're going to try and make that more of a fold-esque, more cutting-edge phone as it should be, and maybe try and get fold people on board there, and to kind of reclaim this for the ultras. I don't know, but I think overall the phone is better performance-wise. It does feel zippier. One UI 7 is really nice. Like I really like One UI 7. Um, I never did the beta with it, so for me, let me unlock my phone. For me, it's a nice, neat new experience, and I like the way the icons look. It feels a little bit smoother. The screen looks better. I believe it's kind of the same model screen, I think, but maybe a slightly improved model of it. I don't know, but when I look at the screen, it looks better. Even with the brightness, I believe are both 2600 in its brightness. The screen looks sharper. It looks more vivid. And it just overall, I picked it up and I'm like, okay, I know this is relatively a similar screen, but it does look better. So I think what they've done is I think they gave it a higher powered version of the screen. Maybe it's like use a little more wattage or something. I don't know. I know there's something with it that's slightly different, but I think it makes a big difference. I've been using it and the screen is gorgeous. It's very responsive and it is such a nice change of pace from my sucky iPhone. So the iPhone 16 Pro Max, the screen, it sucks. I almost went to Cupertino here to go switch it out of the Apple Store, but I was lazy yesterday and I didn't feel like backing it up and reset everything up because I need to make videos. So I'll deal with this when I get back to Houston. But man, this phone is so much better than the iPhone. The build quality is really good. I think both of them pretty much on par in build quality, but the screen looks better. It's more responsive. The 120 hertz is just fluid and smooth. One UI 7 is nice, and I've really been enjoying using it. I enjoy it more than the S24 Ultra. Like the S24 Ultra, I thought was a nice phone, but I think this is a better phone. But the problem herein lies the rub is that probably if you got an S24 Ultra, you're not likely going to want to upgrade. You can if you want. If you don't care about those S Pen gestures and the 16 gigs of RAM, I think it is a better phone. So if you are on the year over year category and you've been trying to decide, I mean, I think you'll probably be pretty happy with it. But if you are going to miss out on those gestures, or if 16 gigs of RAM principally is that important to you, because here's the thing, you're going to get a new one next year. And this should be the last year of this design. I believe we're going to see a redesign with the S26 Ultra. So if you get one year over year, I don't know what you're pissed off about, but because you're going to get the new one next year and it should be largely changed. Like this is 3 years with the 200 megapixel camera, 3 years with this form factor, or actually 4 years, really. No, yeah, four. 22, 23, 24, 25. So this should be the last year we see this. It should be substantially changed, I think, for next year. It should have new cameras and a lot of new stuff. So yeah, if you're in the year over year camp, if you don't use the air commands or the remote shutter function, then yeah, you're probably going to be pretty happy with it. There is really good trade-in deals. And I said this a couple of days ago. I said two things are going to happen. They're either going to bring out a innovative phone that people want to buy for the features, or they're going to bring out a uninspiring phone with good trade-in deals. And they did crank up the trade-in value $150 more. Last year it was $750. Everybody was pissed. Now it's $900, and they're giving, I think, up to $300 of credit towards freebies, depending on what storage model you get, which is really, it's a little on the sketchy side because that's not how it was presented to me originally. It was like, yeah, you get 300 towards freebies if you get the Ultra, and then people are telling me, oh, if you get the 256 or the 512 or the 1 TB, that influences how much of that you get. I haven't gone and bought mine yet because I've been busy and I haven't been in a hurry. But yeah, I think that's how that works. But anyway, $900 trading credit is fantastic. That's a really good deal. I mean, that's substantially better than last year. So if you've got an S21 Ultra, 22, this is probably going to be a really good upgrade for you. The 20 is, I mean, here's the problem with the Note 20 Ultra. People still have the SD card in that one, and people really want to hold on to that phone, even though I think it's not being supported anymore. So yeah, you're going to get your security patches and updates and much more modern stuff. I mean, if you take a look at the chips we had back then, the Snapdragon 888, the 8 plus, or the 8 generation 1, 8 gen 2, this is a substantially improved phone as far as battery life, performance, heat, thermal management, the hardware, all the performance stuff, the camera responsiveness. Like there's a lot of stuff that's really improved here over the years. But again, S24 Ultra probably don't want to update unless you just have to get the new one, in which go forth and prosper. Feel free to use my affiliate link. I'm always happy about that because it helps support me. Doesn't cost any extra, and it's like a win-win. S23 Ultra, it's a judgment call. Like, you don't get the 7 years of support with the S23 Ultra, but they have been very liberal with giving you some of the AI features there, and the chip in there, the 8 Generation 2, does have some AI capability built into the chip. It was basically like an upgraded version, I think, of the 8 Plus Gen 1 with, like, a better core for AI stuff. But the S23 Ultra, really, most people, I think, if you're in the 3-year or over window, then I think it's a solid upgrade. S23 Ultra is on the fence. S24 Ultra is going to be enthusiasts and people who just have to have the latest and greatest. Or if you just want to take advantage of the great trade-in deals and the offers, and they've got some great combos going on for the watch and the earbuds and things like that, which are amazing, by the way. And also, I've got this is the Kind suitcase. I got this. They have all these Samsung official cases over at Best Buy on sale now before the phone comes out. This is normally a $54 case. It's their like faux leather one. I like it a lot. It is, let me put it on the phone while I talk. It was on sale for $27.99, so it's half off. And then if you want to get like the silicone cases, those are on sale for like 13, 14 bucks. So if you ordered one of these phones, then get your happy butt down to Best Buy and go get half off on a case. I mean, I'm not even putting an affiliate link out there. I'm not trying to make money off of anybody. I'm just saying it's half off. And I like the Samsung OEM cases. This one looks beautiful. Like, I really like this. This orange stands out. It kind of reminds me of a Bellroy case. But anyway, yeah, it's the Kind suitcase. It's their like faux leather case. Anyway, 27 bucks over at Best Buy, and then the silicone ones are like 14 bucks. So if you want to get some good cases that at a good value, then that's a really good option, and I really like this one. And if you want, don't take my word for it. I mean, I guess you have to because I'm the one talking, but I was here with all the other big tech reviewer people, and I got on the bus this evening with this case, and people are like, wow, what case is that? And I'm like, no, it's the new Samsung one. They're like, holy cow, I'm going to go buy one of those. That case is really nice. So everybody seems to like it that I've been around. I like it a lot, and it's a tremendous deal at half off. So anyway, like I said, I'm not even putting an affiliate link out there. Just telling you, it's a Best Buy. Go buy it if you want it. Save yourself some money and get a good case. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. I think the phone is good. I think it is a better phone, but it just comes back to that reality of phones are not designed for year-over-year upgrades. It's been nice. There's been kind of something for us to do that with, but at the same time, there's not always something really exciting to upgrade to. And I think this is the last year we'll see this form factor in these cameras. So the next year probably will be pretty exciting. The Fold should be getting a redesign. So as we go into the next year, there should be more excitement with the Samsung phones. But this is one of those ones where I think it's more designed to scoop up the low-hanging fruit with the S20, S21, S22 customers. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a great phone for you guys. So that's all I got. Again, if you're interested, I got an affiliate link in the description. You can use that. Go straight to the Samsung website. Take advantage of those deals. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys next time.